Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're gonna do his thoughts past 24 hours. So make sure you concentrate on your person. Imagine the person that's on your mind in front of you. Let's first look at your energy. And the current state that you're in about this person. So it makes it clear to you that, if this is your situation or not, or if this is your person or not. Okay. All right. So first, let's look at your energy and let's see what we are seeing. Okay. So I do see that you have, in some way, moving on or moved on from this current situation, or there's a part of you that have detached emotionally. You know, I see you putting yourself as a priority first, and you do feel like you need a pause in this connection to be able to just kind of rethink everything and really figure out if this connection is even worth continuing or pursuing, or you really are self-reflecting right now to make sure that this is something that you want to continue with. Does it serve you right? Is it giving you the love that you're looking for, right? So you're reconsidering this connection, you're reconsidering his actions, and you're going deep within yourself to figure out if this is something that you want to do. If this is something that you want to continue with, if this is something that you want to, invest your energy in. Okay. I'm also seeing that you're definitely receiving more support from family and friends as far as, leaving this situation alone and kind of moving on in a way that's saving your sanity and your peace of mind. It doesn't mean a breakup or a separation. There could be silence between you guys, so it could be like a less communication. He has less access to you now. You've definitely limited the access that you give to this person because you're saving this energy for yourself. So that's really important to notice that you have been feeling actually stronger. Um, and I think because it seems that because you have reserved your energy, at some point you feeling stronger to be able to deal with everything that comes in this connection. So you kind of, you already know what your person, what he's going to do at any point. So it doesn't take that much of a mental effort to try to figure it out, and to try to, see what the next steps will be for him. And, it's just, it's definitely making you feel stronger a little bit about that. Saving up your energy, okay? But you definitely feel like you know him in and out. And it's like in a way you can predict the future. You know what his next steps will be. And but at the same time you're taking care of yourself, and you're just like, okay, I know how you usually are. Now what's gonna happen next? You know, you're kind of like putting the ball in his court, right? You're putting the ball in his court and you're waiting for him to show you something that would make you want to reconsider or make you want to go deeper, or surprise you in a way, right? Because you do feel like you've done your part, you've done your best, you've been patient, you've been understanding, and now it's up to him to really step up to the plate and show you something different. Okay, but your energy is coming back to you. You are feeling like more of yourself, because you're balancing your energy more effectively. So, this connection is not as draining as it used to be for the time being, right? All right, so that was your energy. So now let's get into his energy. Let's get into his energy. Let's see what his current energy is. Okay. So his current energy is definitely like being in a battle. It's like he's ready to fight, he's ready to attack, he's ready to defend. Um, he's kind of, a part of him wants to bring this energy to you and, show up, and tell you exactly how angry he is, about this current situation, or how disappointed he is. And, it could also, when I say ready to fight, it could be also, ready to fight for this connection, ready to fight for you, ready to win you back, ready to mend your broken heart. So, but there's also like a feeling of, because of his communication style and because how proud he is sometimes, his attempt at reconciling could be misinterpreted by you, and it could actually isolate you even more from him. So, but there's a lot of anger that I see in him right now, but also like anticipation of just wanting to to make this connection better, just wanting to make things better, um, between the two of you. He's definitely feeling misunderstood, but he does want to repair, the trust that you have, or just make memories that you are building together much more loving and much more caring. All right, but he also realizes that sometimes the way that he is, he just makes things worse, and he can isolate you in a way that is hurtful to you. Um, so I don't see that his energy really, I don't see that he understands that about himself. He thinks that the way that he is perfectly fine. When he's being a bit assertive or a bit aggressive or just kind of in your face type of energy, standing up for himself, so to speak, being very defensive. To him, that's putting down his boundaries, right? But to you, it's kind of it's feeling like he's pushing you away, right? So that's really important to notice. Okay, let's continue. let's look at how he sees you right now. You know, so he sees you as someone who kind of like to take your time. So he understands that you like to take your time with things, and sometimes you drag things out. But he also knows that he wants to do the same thing. So um, he could tell that your energy had changed for a bit for the past, few days. And it's like he's waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like he knows that you're planning to do something. All right. He sees that you're gonna take action that will affect him greatly. Um, and that he does feel like you're finally, or not finally, but like you're getting into this game with him, right? This dance. We are now, if he pulls away, you're not going to chase him, right? So whenever he pulls away, he can tell that you just keep doing you, and you keep living your life, and you keep putting yourself first. Um, but he does anticipate for you to take some kind of action. I don't know what this action is, but he can definitely sense your shift. He can definitely sense that there's going to be some final decision that's coming his way, so he's getting ready for it. And the way that he sees you, he knows that whatever decision you make will be the best. So he is hoping that it will be a positive decision, in a way that will bring the two of you closer, or, there could be a reconciliation. So there's a feeling of hope. Um, there's a feeling of hope that I'm seeing from him. Okay. But he sees you as someone who's super wise for your age, and your age could be young to old, but just the way that you're able to articulate yourself, and the way that you had explained to him um, things, he really appreciates that about you. He may not agree all the time, but he really likes how you take your time with explaining things to him, and you also make sure that you tell him the truth always. So he might not admit it, and he might not mention it to you, but that's how he feels. He likes your honesty, and he likes your brutal honesty. He likes the fact that you're not afraid to call him out on his BS or his, mistreatment or behavior. And this could be like behavior, not like even towards you, just in general, just he realizes that you are, in a way, trying to make him a better man, and he really appreciates that about you. But okay, so let's see. Let's continue. Okay, so that's the current one. So let's see how he used to see you in the past. And then, we're gonna go more into the past, the more current energy. So in the past, he did feel like you were trying to, play games with him. You were trying to manipulate him. You were trying to um, have him wrapped around his finger, your finger. He felt like you were you didn't have the best intentions for him, you know, because you attract so much attention, so much external attention from other men, it makes them insecure, okay? Because he knows you could get any man you want, right? And because you have a lot of options, he feels like you have a lot of experience in that, and that you were, you were gonna play some games with him. He didn't really think that you saw him as a potential or as a suitor. He thought that you just saw him as another toy to play with. Okay. He didn't feel that you saw him as a potential father, and etc. And if you guys do have kids, he definitely, this was a past energy, when you guys first met. So, and he really didn't feel like you were trying to build something with him. He wanted to speed things up in the beginning, and he wanted things to happen overnight, and he he was definitely waiting for you to tell him how you feel about him first. He wanted to hear confessions about love from you first, before he can tell you how he feels. And to him it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough what you had shared with him. So that's why he had just, made this connection a little bit more difficult than it has to be, because of these thoughts that he had when he first met you. All right, let's look into the current energy right now, his current thoughts. Let's continue with that. All right. Okay. Well, he's definitely ready to let go of any doubts and any fears. He's ready to start loving you the right way. He's ready to start new. There's a feeling that he trusts you, a feeling of trust that you guys might have established, like a new sense of trust. Your communication has improved, and that's how he's feeling. So his energy is definitely like more in a happy place between the two of you. Now, on the other hand, with you, you're not quite there. All right. You're definitely feeling there's a lot of unspoken tension or unspoken word between you. You're definitely feeling like he's making things awkward between you guys. But to him, this is better than before. All right. And he's looking forward for things to keep improving. And he's looking forward to actually, building a deeper love connection with you. That's definitely his plan. He's not letting you go. He doesn't have that in his plans anytime soon. He's holding on to this connection. He's holding on to your love. He's holding on to his love for you. And he just wants to be able to let go freely, completely, and just fall in love completely. Um, but I can definitely see that he can tell that you're not ready yet. Okay, he can tell that either from your own experience, or the way that he had treated you, or the way that this connection has been, you're definitely more hesitant than he is. Or at least that's what he's thinking. He's thinking like, is she feeling the same way? Is she feeling the way that I'm feeling? Are we on the same page? Um, there's so many things I want to talk to her about. There's so many questions I have for her, but I can't really ask because he doesn't want to show up as vulnerable, right? He doesn't. want you to know how he really feels. So there's a lot of hidden messages from him, like hidden signs. He's trying to send you a sign, and the way that he acts with you is just not. It's very confusing to you, and he can tell that whenever he tries to make things better, for some reason it just ends up getting worse. Okay. All right, let's continue. There's also he feels like the way that things have been going has been unfair to him. So he's definitely like in this victim role. He's playing a victim in this connection. Okay, he's mostly putting the blame on you, and he doesn't really look at his own actions, look at his own behavior. And instead of like coming and talking to you about it, he withdraws within himself, or he isolates, or he cuts off communication. There could be like a silent treatment, or just he always wants you to come forward first. He always expects you to apologize first. And that's not fair in this connection. Definitely, I definitely feel like um, there has to be more balance that needs to be established in this connection, because then obviously you will exhaust yourself. Sorry guys, I sneezed. Okay. And a part of him excuse me, a part of him feels that you have stopped loving him, or you have stopped wanting to, you know, continue with him, continue this connection. Um, he's definitely feel like, everything is lost, and there's a sense of lost. And um, for some of you who have a separation, you might, he thinks that you may never come back, and etc. Um, or for some of you who are still in contact, he thinks that you will leave and never come back, and he does feel like that will really ruin his reality and his life in a really bad way. Okay, so let me see what the advice is for you in this connection. So I would definitely say I see that what needs to happen for you is that continue having that trust in yourself that he does love you. Okay, don't doubt your connection between this person. You know, there are a lot of feelings under the surface, and he's definitely feeling it. He's definitely feeling these feelings for you, even though he might not say it, he might not show it in a moment, but it's there. So I want you to stop doubting yourself and knowing that, there is a possibility that someone loves you as deeply as he does. Um, and there's really nothing you need to do to receive this love, or to feel this love, or to earn it. There's no need for you to um, push yourself to the limit, or really kind of go above and beyond for him to love you. You really don't need to do much. You could just exist, be in his presence. If you do decide to continue with this connection, just be yourself, just be who you are. You really don't need to do much. He already feels a lot of love for you and a lot of affection. And he's not leaving anytime soon. He's definitely, if you guys are in no contact, he's definitely coming back. But if you are still in a contact, he's not going anywhere. Um, and you know, he and I do see him, in the future being more outspoken about his feelings, and showing you the signs, and really, telling you how he feels about you. Um, but the advice is trust yourself. Don't doubt this connection. Don't doubt that he loves you very much. Okay. So that is all for now, guys. I hope you all have a great Friday. Thank God it's Friday. And I will see you next time. All right. Bye.